Hello, FGTN family. Alex here, and welcome back to another episode of Fishing Gear and Tech News. Today, we're spotlighting the new ice fishing gear for 2023 2024 that we just recently saw announced over the last couple of weeks. This is all stuff that's new to the channel. I haven't talked about it yet. We've got shelters, tip ups, yes, even more new tip ups and tech to keep you warm this ice season. We're all about gear today, no guess, just the best in ice fishing innovation, and a couple of ice fishing gear companies that got bought out. We'll talk about them at the end of the episode, right before we talk about the upcoming ice show. So make sure that you stick around until the end. It's going to be action-packed and a lot of fun. And of course, all of you are why I do these live, to jump into the conversation, ask questions. Let's see what thoughts you have, what other things you want to see. So drop your questions, share your thoughts in the chat. Let's make this a lively one. Let's jump in, and feel free to let me know who's here, who's tuning in. Looks like we got a few people strolling in now, so let's go ahead and jump in. All right. First up, let me get the comment section going here. We got Jory tuning in. Let's go. Can't wait to see what you convinced me to buy this week. There might be a thing or two. What's up, Kyle from Oshkosh? Thank you all for tuning in. We've got quite a bit planned for this evening, so I'm really excited. So this is something that's actually been known for maybe even up to a month that I've got on the screen here. It is the Clam X1200 double thermal hub. This is the largest clam hub on the market. And this year it's new, and it's a Shields exclusive. So you'll see here, which I thought was really interesting. I'm on the Shields website. I'll have links to everything down below after the stream's over, so feel free to check it out or Google it if you're watching this live, if you want to follow along with me. But this is Shields X1200 thermal double hub ice shelter, exclusive to Shields. It's not even on the Clam website, so you can't buy it directly from Clam. It's not on their website, so if you want to know anything about it, you got to come here. At least I haven't found any place else. There haven't been a whole lot of videos out on it yet. I think there's maybe one on YouTube. I might have to pick one up just to see what it's all about, but it's $1,000, so it's definitely not cheap. It is the X series, which is their highest end tier of their insulation. It's a thermal double hub. So think, in comparison to like the double hub style, right? So your Otter Monster Lodge, the Eskimo, what is it? The Outbreak 850 XD. I think this takes the cake though. I think this one's quite a bit bigger. So the size is wall height 72 inches, whereas dimensions 23 feet by 11.5 feet. Where is it? Fishing area of 188 square feet. Let me zoom in here a little bit. So here's where I'm seeing fishing area 188 square feet. This thing's massive. It weighs 107 pounds for a hub. There's flip over shelters with seats and benches in them that weigh less than this. Capacity of 10 plus people. This is a monster. What I thought was interesting when I looked at it, pack dimensions, 75 inches, which is longer. What is that? 6'3", I think is what that is. 6'3" in length by 2 feet around almost. Like this, if you have a short bed box, a 5.5 foot box, you have to fit it diagonally to fit it in the back of your truck, or get a bigger truck bed. This thing's massive. 900 total denier fabric. So like I said, 90 grams of insulation per square meter. This is their highest end one. I want to check it out. So if I go to an ice show, I'll be sure to get this thing on camera. I'm going to the Sioux Falls Ice Show this weekend. So if this is there, I'll be sure to do a video, have somebody from the Clam staff walk us around. We'll get it up on the channel so you guys can see it live. But I might have to get one this year. It's $1,000 though. It's pretty expensive. Maybe there's some good show deals on it. Nothing really fancy here to tell you about. This is the only picture out there, but there have been a lot of guys asking about it. As far as I know, there is not one bigger than this on the market today. So check it out at your local Shields if they have it on display. Let's see. Any questions on this? Love to see some ATV setups for ice fishing. Michael Jones. Yes. I've got an ATV setup video that I'm going to be doing this year. So give me maybe a few weeks to get everything pulled together on it. May take a little bit longer, but I'll for sure get one out. And I'll have to see, like, if I can find other guys that have good setups, I can film their stuff, get it on the channel as well. I think it would be great. A great for group camping. Kyle says this would be phenomenal for group camping. I wonder, like, it'd be interesting to know like how many cots you could fit in here. Like this thing's great. And it has the max entry door on it, right? So it's got that full door, which is really, really nice. I can see why they maybe waited to put this out to get that max entry door on it. I'm snow dogging it this year. Dude, awesome. I'm so happy. Like I've seen those snow dogs. They look pretty impressive. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead to the next item. So I've been seeing this all over. You guys have to let me know. Have you heard anything about this company, Windrider? They make ice fishing suits. Anybody that's here tuned in, it looks like we got 39 people on right now between Facebook and YouTube, 41 now. Has anybody heard of this company called Windrider? I heard about it via Facebook ads this year a couple of weeks ago, and now it's popping up everywhere on my feed. They've got this ad that's like, are you paying too much or are you getting ripped off? And it's their product, their ice suits that you can see here right next to a picture of the striker suits, which if you guys know me, I love my striker suits. So I'm interested to see what they have. From a price point perspective, I will say $300 for a women's ice fishing suit. And these are float suits. $400 for a men's ice fishing suit, the full suit. Like those are very good prices. It is, I would say, 20 to 40% less than the competition that's out there. If you get sale deals, these are MSRP, but if you get sale deals on some of the other vendors, you can get closer to it. But I imagine these guys are going to put them on sales too. So I actually commented on one of the Facebook posts that these guys had out there. And what I found out is this: they have they're a Minnesota company, from my understanding. They have a facility here in Minnesota you can go to and buy them at. They also have a facility, I don't know if it's just a warehouse or something, in Michigan. So they're based out of one of the two. I think they said that they were based out of St. Paul. So they have a physical location in either of those two locations. I think they're the only ones in the country that they do. And they're going to be at the St. Paul Ice Fishing Show. So if you guys are planning on coming to Minnesota for the St. Paul Ice Fishing Show that happens coming up here, you'll be able to see them there. I will do a video on them at the St. Paul show because I'm really interested in it. They have some very aggressive marketing this year, but I can't figure out what's unique or different other than the price point. So let's click on this one. This is the one that I saw a lot of ads for. It looks really sweet. It's the Hayward. They call it the 3-season. How do I get out of this? The Hayward 3-season float suit set. So that means that it comes with the jacket and the bibs. And it's pretty cool design on it. It's got kind of the camo on a couple of different spots here. It's a float suit. It's got foam flotation, fully taped seams, fleece lined hand warmer pockets, fully waterproof shell. So it's got the inside. So this kind of reminds me of like the Striker climate suit or some of the other ones that are out there that have an interior jacket that you can zip out and use kind of year round, if you will, as a lighter jacket. And then the outside comes off. The outside is the portion that has the float in it, the foam floating stuff. So you'll have to have that on if you want the float capability in the outer shell for safety. Yep, and they show you here how it's removable. They've got attachment points for tools, large chest pockets. So maybe just a little bit of a different design than the other ones. Of course, I'm haven't gone completely in depth into these yet. Like, look at this pocket. This thing is intense. Look at this thing. Can I click on it? You've got like this little pocket that's got a flap. You've got a key ring holder. It looks like maybe even another little pocket down here. Then you've got a Velcro strap over another pocket. I mean, this thing's pretty decked out with pockets. It looks interesting. Of course, you can't tell when you're online who's been paid by a company, incentivized by a company to say good things about them. But I've seen some people saying they've got the suit. They really like it. They've had it for a couple of years. So they've been around for a few years, at least it sounds like. They say it's a 3-season suit because they want you to be able to use it in the fall when you're fishing from a boat, as well as in the spring when it's a little bit cooler out to keep you warm, plus the benefit of the flotation in it. So let me know. I'm going to check chat. Has anybody heard of this company before? Jory, I have their floating suit. It's awesome. Awesome. I've had it for 2 years and I wear it snowmobiling. It's very warm. It's the only brand that uses 3M insulation, so that's good to know. Yes, I know that Striker must use isn't 3M Thinsulate? I thought they used Thinsulate. Maybe they don't. I'll have to do a whole video just on this, but I just wanted to show it to you guys in case you haven't heard of it. It could be a cheaper, more budget-friendly option to get what is considered a higher end tier, according to this company, float suit. So more to come on that. Adam is saying, been watching their products for a while and they seem like great quality. Pissy Fun has great suits and awesome products as well with the industry standard YKK. Yeah, I think they said on here, Windrider has the YKK zippers. Those are very good zippers. It sounds like PC Fun does as well. My brother, Tad, is saying, my brother won the suit last year at the North Metro Ice Show. Awesome. I didn't know they were at the North Metro Ice Show. I didn't see them. At least they weren't this year. They weren't at the show. So they've got a couple different color patterns. Here's the wetlands camo, probably perfect for a hunter, which would be awesome. A great way to use it. I don't think that the other brands really cater to the hunting community as much. So this is probably a really good idea for them. If I go back though, you can see they've got another suit called the Boreas floating ice fishing suit. And they have the women's one that are even cheaper. So $200 less. Doesn't look like they maybe have quite the fun designs on it. Maybe a little bit different in terms of installation quality, but check it out. Windrider.com. I'll link to it down below once the stream is over. They have hats, gloves, mitts, those types of things as well. So we'll go ahead and keep it on. Which brings us to our company that is sponsoring this week's podcast. And it's me, it's us, the FGTN Newsletter. So we've got our first newsletter getting finished right now. It's going out in the next week or so here. If you haven't already signed up for it, it's an email that comes out probably about once a month, something we're just kicking off here. You can go to alextim.com. You can click on newsletter. Otherwise, it is linked down below. And this is where like once a month, like I said, you're going to get an email that has new gear releases, hands-on reviews, gear compilations and comparisons, exclusive deals. I'm working with a couple companies to get you exclusive deals if you sign up for the newsletter. So make sure that you do. I don't sell your information. We've already got a ton of people signed up, so I'm really excited for it. If you're looking to stay updated on this stuff, can't always make the streams, can't always watch the videos, or afraid that you missed something, this will be a really good recap for you. So make sure that you sign up. Thank you, FGTN Newsletter, for sponsoring today's episode. All right, back to it. HT Enterprises Stealth Tipdown. So this is really interesting. It's just a really, like, to me, this is like the normal type of product that HT, which stands for High Tech Enterprises, releases. Like, they come out with these really simple products that actually fit a need. They're really budget friendly. They're not the highest end gear and the most, indestructible out there, but they solve a need and they work well. So I saw this. It's HT Enterprises Stealth Tipdown. I hope they maybe have it in a couple different colors, but it's really bright yellow, as you can see here. Here's another view of it. Here's it being used in action. Let me see if I can blow it up for you. So this is, oh, my zoom doesn't work. Oh, there we go. This is it. Interesting concept. 360-degree swivel, it says on it. Tip down for one rod combo, lightweight, compact for convenient storage and transport. There's not really a whole lot more to talk about with this. Oh, what does it say here? Snap in place and it will tip down without resistance. Great for ice fishing, boating, and lawn chair fishing. So I didn't even think about that. Not even just for ice fishing, but what about open water fishing? Fishing on the dock, fishing in your boat, and you want that indicator of it going down. This is actually a pretty good idea. All right, next up, we've got Seelight. So some of you may laugh, but I did not know that they had an ice fishing setup. This may be new to them, or it may just be the bundle that's new. But I again saw this on social media. I pulled it up and I'm like, this is really interesting. I believe they've had their boat mount. This is for like your live imaging transducer. So your live scope, your active target, those products where you want to direct your off of your boat ideally, or ice fishing to be able to see under the water. They've got this package here, which is a full system or the base only. So if you already have their pole, it looks like you can use it. I don't know if any other poles work with it, but they have the full system. It's $215, so definitely not cheap. Let me go back here and show it to you. So you can see it comes with the tripod is what I call it. So you've got these legs that come out of the sides on it that will sit on the ice above your hole. And then you've got your pole with the handle on it. It looks like it's really high quality. It collapses down for you. I didn't know this existed from this company. There's a lot of people that are coming out with this. Arc Lab has, I think, an aluminum version just like this. If this is aluminum, we'll look in the description here in just a second. Summit, which is the pole in the ice tripod setup that I use and really like. They have a setup like this. And there's other companies that are coming out with different versions of it as well. Of course, the OEM of whoever you're using, this one, they obviously have a Garmin LiveScope hooked up to. They have their own. They're not nearly as nice. But yeah, if you didn't know about it and you're looking for a new solution or something to try out, I might pick it up just to try it out and see how good it is. But what does it say about it? So this is... so their very own ice fishing pole. So maybe they didn't have one before. It's powder coated aluminum. So it's powder coated black aluminum with all aluminum parts. The claw mount is anodized aluminum legs with stainless steel hardware for the legs. So very durable, very heavy duty. They'll fold in and out and have stop points on the open and closed positions. Works on up to a 12-inch hole in the ice. Length of the pole, 34 inches with a 7-inch handle. That's pretty awesome. They've got the all-in-one, so they do have the version of it that you can mount onto your boat that you can see here. That's $399. So that's the little arm that you can put on the side of your boat. So pretty cool. If you guys haven't seen this yet, this could be a really useful addition to you. I'm going to just see if anybody threw anything in the chat here. Michael Gates, everyone's getting their own version of the Garmin poles. It looks like it does look slick. I'm happy to see competition. What's cool to see is all of these companies coming out with this. You just see more innovation, you see more competition, so prices should hopefully come down because there's more people out there, so it kind of compresses those prices, makes these things more affordable for all of us, and the products improve because you have to be better than the competition to beat them out if you're at the same price, right? Or higher for a premium product. So I'm really excited to see it. Might try it out this year. All right, next up. Let's talk a little bit about some tackle, some lures for the ice fishing season. Widowmaker lures. I've got a video right after I talk about this a little bit. They released a few new products this year. They released the Deluxe Jig Box medium compression foam. So they had a bigger version of this that they launched. I think it was last year. It might have even been the year before, but it is, here it is. The Jig Box. So it's your clamshell box that clips on both sides. And you can see you can put jigs inside of it here that you can just kind of put inside. And then what's unique about this is it's got the foam in the lid. They make clear ones like this from other companies. I know Kender's makes one. I think Clam Outdoors has one now. There might even be a couple others where the lid is clear, which is nice. You can see through it, but there's no foam in it. The foam keeps them from moving around. So if you drop it, if it's shaking around in the back of your tub as you're going across the ice, you're not going to get your jigs falling out of place, dinging each other up and scuffing the paint and the finish on them. That's the benefit of this. I've tried them. They have their place, but it's not something that I use any longer. I'll be putting a video out on what I use to sort mine out, but this is a smaller version of it, which is pretty cool. They came out with this year. All right. They also came out with tungsten jig heads. These are new. We'll watch the video so that they can explain really what specifically is new, but these aren't lead. These are actually tungsten, which I think is really cool. I'm trying to move more over to the all tungsten. I know it's more expensive, but I like the weight, the density to them a lot better. They also have the Tungsten Glow Series Dragonfly, so it's a little bit different shape, but they are tungsten as well. So those are new. And then I think the biggest thing that I'm most excited about from them is the tungsten fly. These things look awesome and they're tungsten. So you can see they're just a little jig. You've got what looks like maybe some hair off the bottom, the big eyes on it, nice eye hole, and then just that small little hook. I bet for panfish, these things are going to be fire this year. I'm going to pick some up. They've got a size 12, 10, and 8. I'm not going to say a whole bunch more about them other than the paint on them is actually really nice looking. I'm going to show you a video. So I'm going to play that right now. I think it's like 3 minutes long, and then we'll keep on going. Yeah, 3 minutes, 36 seconds. We'll let them tell you all about it. Let's go.
Hello everybody, Brian Oberfell here with Widowmaker Lures. Excited to show you tonight our brand new products for 2023-24. First product we're going to go over tonight is our brand new ice jig for this year, our tungsten fly. What we did is we made it in 6 different colors. We also made those glow in the dark as well. You see me hit them with the UV light there, and they really light up nice for you for all your night fishing applications or low light applications. And we did those in 3 sizes. Here's the smallest, number 12, and that's going to be similar to your 3mm in weight tungsten droppers. There's our number 10, that's going to be similar to your 4mm, and there's our larger number 8, and that's going to be just like your 5mm teardrops you're used to. So again, we kind of reference those sizes, that way it's something you guys are familiar with. Moving on to our next product for ice 23-24. This is a product we've had for years. We gave it a little revamp this year. You guys have always loved our Dragonfly. This year we have our new Glow Series Polka Dot Dragonfly. We kept that in the 2 sizes, the larger number 10 and the smaller number 12. Did that in the 6 polka dot colors for you. That's also a very popular open water jig. Guys love fishing it with plastics or live bait when they're trolling, drifting along, or casting it under a bobber. It's also a very good one for that. Next product moves on to open water. So what we did there is our brand new tungsten jig head. We came out with a new jig head. We did a custom mold for it. We did it in 3 colors. You have your pink white, fire tiger, your gold black. We also know you guys might want to use these ice fishing, so we painted them all with a UV glow paint. That way they do have that glow capability. When you're ice fishing as well, you can kind of see that there. That is the 1/8 ounce. We put a little wire keeper on it. We put little inlaid eyes on there, holographic eyes on that for you. And we paired it with a Mustad Ultra Point hook, so it has a super sharp, high-quality hook on it as well. We rigged it up with some plastics here to kind of show you. 32nd ounce with a 2-inch plastic on it. There's that 1/8 ounce with a 2-inch curl tail. And then there's a 1/4 ounce there with a 3-inch swim bait to kind of show you guys what they look like. And then our last new product is an ice product for this year, something we're excited about. Our new medium foam jig box. So we did the compression foam in our suitcase a couple years ago. You guys have loved it. You've been huge supporters. We heard a lot of requests. People wanted that same compression foam technology in a pocket-sized box. So that's exactly what we did here. We put it in our medium jig box, put the compression foam in the lids. So what's nice, you put your jigs in there. It compresses down on them. You can see in the foam there how it compresses down on the jigs. There's a waterproof O-ring all the way around the side of this box. So when you close it up, it tightly seals, compresses down and everything. Nothing goes anywhere. It doesn't matter how much it gets banged around in your shack, ATV, UTV, in your pockets. It's not going to go anywhere. What's nice about this is you can throw it in the boat, use it all summer too. Doesn't matter. It can take those waves as well. The best part is with putting all that foam in there, now it floats as well. So again, don't have to worry about it slipping down a hole through the ice or going overboard in the open water season. So again, guys, we're really excited about the new products. You guys.
So there we go. That is the new products from Widowmaker Lures. Pretty excited. They've got some nice new stuff here. Sometimes it's nice just to watch them go through their spiel. Hopefully you guys could hear it just fine. So as we're moving on here, Michael Gates is saying he just grabbed the new Euro Tackle Spade blades. It's a small flutter spoon with rattle and 4 side blades for flash. I think it will be just what I need. Yeah, you know what? I didn't even look at the Euro Tackle stuff yet. So maybe at the end of the stream, we'll add the Euro Tackle stuff in. I'll pull it up. I did see that they launched some new stuff, but I haven't checked it out. So good to know. Thanks for calling that out, Michael. Chris is saying, I like their jigs and have probably 80 different ones, but wish the eyelets were just a tad bit bigger. Yes, that is a common thing that I have heard. Lee is saying, holy crap, I'm the Clam X1200. I don't like setting up my 850 XD due to the weight and size, but this thing's a monster. Dude, a beast. Yes, that thing, it looks massive. I can't wait to see it in person. All right, Acme. So we've got a couple things from Acme that we're going to talk about. Great company. They've got a new bait called the Acme Ice Winder for this ice season. So what we can see here is it is a blade style bait with some hair on it. and a treble hook. It looks like it comes in a 1/4 ounce or 1/8 ounce. And then we've got the silver Wonder Bread. Is that silver? It's chrome. Yeah, chrome Wonder Bread winder. They've got a Fire Tiger. If I click on it, can I cycle through? Yes, I can. Gold. Like, this thing is going to be phenomenal. They've got a purple and gold for you Packer fans. It looks like a pink and gold, the chrome, and we're kind of back. The Fire Tiger is good. So out of these, I think I would buy Fire Tiger, the Wonder Bread with the purple on it on the tip. I think that's good. I'd buy the Fire Tiger in the gold. But yeah, 1/4 ounce, 1/8 ounce. I'll have to pick some up this year. It's the new Ice Wonder Flutter Spoon. It can be jigged with quick, short lifts of the rod, creating an upward darting action followed by a fall with a fluttering action to imitate an injured or scared bait fish. Available in those 8 colors, 1 spoon per pack, and they are $5 a piece. I'll tell you, I feel like tackle and lures, it's gotten expensive, but yeah, they look nice. Get those show deals, right? Get the Black Friday deals as they come out. All right, next thing from Acme that we're going to talk about is the Beaver Dam Titanium Tip Stick Combo. So this is a combo, rod reel ice fishing combo. They make it in a 26-inch and a 30-inch. It's $35. What's unique about it and why I'm showing it to you is that they have what is supposedly the world's first retractable spring bobber. Okay. Let me see if I can blow this up a little bit here. So we can see on the tip. So you've got your rod and you can see when it's collapsed, you've got the front 2 eyes really close to each other. If you look down here, the guides, if you look down here, you can pull the spring bobber out of the rod. So it's retractable. So you can either pull it out, or when you're not wanting to use it, or you're going to be throwing it in a case, you can put it in so that way it doesn't bend or kink. Simply pull the spring bobber out of the rod shaft. Pretty cool. Titanium tip stick. I believe this is, for some reason, I thought that they were partnered with a specific company for the spring bobber, but I don't know if that is the case. So I don't want to say that they are, but it is a titanium spring bobber, which is really, really cool. So if you're interested in checking it out, pretty budget friendly, $35 rod reel combo. Doesn't look like any sort of a fancy specific reel, and a pretty basic rod. But yeah, there we go. Next up is Acme has launched the Northern Light Tip Up. So this is pretty cool. So the way that this works, we'll look down here, is that it has an integrated light system built into the tip of the flag indicator that goes up. Simply push the on button, which it looks like is right here. The on button's by the base of the post. Position the flag, and it will automatically alert when it's upright with a super bright LED when triggered by the bite. So if I zoom in here, you can see they've got a red light on it on the very tip of the flag. You've got batteries that can go in the bottom. It looks like it is a waterproof, 3 AAA batteries, not included with purchase. So make sure you have your own batteries before you buy it. And you just push it on off to turn the fish strike light on or off. Pretty simple design. Beaver Dam tip up, high quality tip up. Yeah, they've been around for a very long time, but this is a new, unique offering from them, which is pretty cool. So if you're doing a lot of that night fishing with tip ups, this could be a great way to indicate it went off just by looking at the light. It'd be cool if it made sound, but there are solutions for that already out on the market. Let's see, how are people chatting? $35. That's a cheap deal for a spring bobber rod. Yes, $35 is a cheap deal. Hopefully it holds up. Might be worth just picking one up. I mean, you could, if there's a retailer that sells this, they'll likely be in an ice show or have a Black Friday or Cyber Week deal, which I'm going to be putting out some videos as we lead up to Black Friday. I think the Amazon Black Friday deals start on the 17th this year. So they're running the 17th through Black Friday. Of course, every day we'll have special deals, but that's when you'll probably start seeing the first videos coming from me, because I know not everybody lives around an area that you can get to an ice show. But if you can get to an ice show, pick one of these up. Most ice shows will put these things on sale for 10 to 20%. 20% is actually pretty common. So if you could get this thing for 20% off, what would that be? $7 off. You'd be under $30 out the door for this thing. That would be pretty cool. I mean, at $35, you can't pass it up either, but pretty interesting. The spring bobber rattles inside the rod and it's noisy, but I still use it occasionally. Chris, you got one. Good to know. All right. Well, if anybody has questions on it, ask Chris. He has it already. So good to know. It rattles around. Huh. Interesting. Maybe it's a bite indicator for you too, where it rattles. Very, very interesting. All right. Let's keep on going here. All right. I have Norfin boots. I know not everybody has Norfin boots, but if you have Norfin boots, maybe this will work in other boots. This is new this year. It's the heated boot replacement liner. So inside of your boot, you can take the liner out. That looks like this. This is only on the Klondike Heat. It's this specific boot. So it will not work in like the Yukons. It's only going to work in the Klondike boots that have this liner because they all have a little bit different liner in them. But if you do, what is really interesting about it is it has a USB cable and it has a pocket on it. Try to make this bigger for you guys. So you've got your USB cable that comes out of the boot liner. You take your liner out, you throw this one in, and then the USB cable goes into this pocket and you use your own USB like rechargeable battery. So think like your phone rechargeable battery or anything like that you would already have. You put that in here, you charge with it, and then it heats up, which is pretty cool. So you can see another little bit different view here of the USB cable. It looks like it has an on-off button on the cable itself, which is really cool. It's nice to know that you don't just have to unplug it every time. It's the Norfin 3-layer folio system. They've got sizing here, so you know which size to get based off of the boot size that you have. It's got Thinsulate liner in it as well. So it's interesting. It's got Thinsulate in it as well as being heated. Anyways, $100. You can choose your sizes 7 to 14. I know there's other companies that sell them, so you don't need to buy this directly from Norfin. You can find it at one of the shows because they have it available there as well. All right, next up, we're going to get to a couple of the acquisitions, mergers, and things that I think were interesting in news over the last couple of weeks. So Valiant, if I pronounce that right, Wealth Management acquires Vexar in this new guy, Jablonski. I love that name, Jablonski. It's fun to say. Will lead the company now. So big news in the world of Vexar. You probably saw it there. It's more than just Vexar. So Vexar, I got to zoom in for you guys here. Sorry. I know it's hard to read when it's that small. This Valiant Wealth Management acquired Vexar and AWC Incorporated. AWC Incorporated is K-Drill. So you probably heard of that. So some of the other news articles will say it just right out. Valiant Wealth acquired Vexar and K-Drill. What does this mean for the company? It will be led by this gentleman by the name of Robert A. Jablonski and the Valiant Wealth Management Group. They have a plan and a goal to continue growing the companies and innovating. We'll see what that means for the company. Sometimes that works out, sometimes it doesn't. But they announced this back on October 16th. Vexar and AWC have both been previously owned by Stephen Bauman, who has been president since 1995 of Vexar. So that is some interesting news. That Vexar has a 60-year history. I think we all know what they do, so I'm not going to get into that. But you can see the new owner on the left here buying it from the previous owner on the right. Mr. Bauman, however you pronounce his name, has quite a few awards and things that he's gotten around innovation with the Vexar company once he purchased it. So that is really cool. Hopefully this means good things for the companies as they continue forward, because I know that they're a staple here in the ice fishing industry. So just wanted to call that out. That is one of the acquisitions that happened. The second one that we're going to talk about is Acme Tackle. We talked about them a lot tonight. They're a good company. They just honestly announced a lot of their ice stuff here in the last couple of weeks, which is why we talked about it tonight, whereas most of the other brands already announced it. You have to watch all the other videos for that. Acme Tackle acquires another historic brand, Moonshine Lures. If you don't know what Moonshine Lures is, let me tell you about it. Moonshine Lures is a family-owned and operated business. They are no longer family-owned because they were purchased by Acme. Their goal is to produce high-quality, super glow tackle products. I think that's their staple. I didn't know much about them, but I started doing a little digging once I saw the announcement. So they're known for their super glow tackle products. So it's really, really cool. It looks like didn't sell direct to customers previously, but they're known for their shiver minnow. Oops. They're known for the shiver minnow, jigging spoons. I don't know why it keeps doing this. Shakers and RV jigs in terms of ice fishing products. They do have a lot more for open water that you can see here. They've got flies, mainliners, dodgers, super tails. They've got a lot of cool stuff. So going back to the announcement here, what's really nice about this acquisition that I'm happy about, and I like when companies do this, is that the head of the company, who is Moonshine owners Tom and Beth and their team will remain with Acme post-acquisition, will continue to produce the high-quality products that Moonshine is known for. So the people that made the company what it is today will still be around making the company what it is in the future. So I think that's really cool. Who knows? With acquisitions, there's typically a time period and they get a bonus for sticking around for a couple of years. We'll see how long that lasts, but that's another announcement. Acme Tackle has acquired a lot of companies over the years. I mean, look at how many are under the Acme Tackle name. You've got Beaver Dam. You've, of course, got Acme. You've got Kalen's, Reef Runner, Uncle Josh. They've got other Bead, Adam, Little Stinker. And I think they're going to keep going down the acquisition path, which is really good to see. And it's nice to see them keep the names of the other companies underneath the umbrella of Acme Tackle. It's a really cool approach that they're taking. And Acme is a Wisconsin company, if you did not know. All right. Last thing that I wanted to cover for tonight, and then we can see if anybody has questions or anything in the chat, but ice fishing shows. So on my website, if you go to alextim.com, you can see there's a link on the left bar. Or if you're on mobile, there'll be a hamburger menu. You can click at the top and you can open it up to Ice Fishing Shows 2023, 2024. And you can see all the ones that I know of. Again, if there's anything missing from this, please let me know and I'll get it added in. We're at November 7th today. So starting tomorrow, the Shields, here I'll zoom in for you guys. The Shields Ice Fest and event start in St. Cloud, Minnesota. And I've got links to all of them here. Make it really easy, one-stop shop for you to find everything. Some of them are Facebook links because they don't advertise about it all in one place outside of there in most cases for some of these companies. So November 8th through 12th is that. The 10th through the 12th is the Dakota Ice Angler Institute in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I will be at this. So I'll be going down on Friday and out there all day Saturday for sure. So that'll be a fun one. If anybody's swinging out to Sioux Falls, hopefully I run into you and see you there and we can chat. I'll be doing a lot of filming, checking out the new gear, and of course, picking up some goodies to tell you guys about after. And then the 14th through 16th and the 17th and 18th, Shields has a couple more. Bismarck, North Dakota, Eden Prairie, Minnesota. Then there's the Hardwater Ice Fishing Expo the following weekend in Blaine, Minnesota. This one will also be a really good one. It's packed in there. There's not a lot of walking room, but there's a lot of vendors. It's a well put on show. I'll be at that one as well. And then the St. Paul Ice Fishing Show. So this is, I believe, the biggest ice fishing show in the nation still. It has been the last several years, December 1st through the 3rd. Then you've got the new this year, Wisconsin Ice Fishing Expo in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, December 8th through the 10th, which is also the same weekend as the Duluth Ice Fishing Show, which is the Arrowhead Ice Fishing and Winter Show, Duluth, Minnesota. And then there's also January 11th to the 14th. I think this is a little late, but hey, they must have a reason for it. The Ultimate Fishing Show in Detroit, Michigan. So these are the upcoming ice shows. Again, my website, alextim.com, is kind of a one-stop shop for a lot of really cool things. So make sure you check it out. I'll continue to use it as a resource for you guys. I've got some other things hitting the website here soon, but we've got where you can sign up with the newsletter on here. You can see the ice shows, links to the podcast, everything on here, how I work with brands, in all of that. I don't do anything exclusive with any brand. So that's one of the cool things that I appreciate about you all tuning in to these episodes and all of my videos is it's truly transparent, honest, non-biased advice because I don't have an exclusive deal with any brand. I could have many different times, but I prefer to try all the products and give you my honest opinion and be able to talk about everything. So that's one of the cool things. So let's see if you have any questions in the chat or want to chat about anything, drop it in there now. I'll swing through really quick and see what we have rolling. Acme is an amazing company. I'm ordering a few of these sidewinders. Yes, Acme is a great company. I clicked on the wrong tab. Here's Acme. Yeah, a great company. Lots of really cool things. Let me see if I can find, here it is, the sidewinder, the ice winder. They look really cool. They look like definitely a good jigging lure for this year. 35 is cheap. The spring bobber, we already talked about that. Beaver Dam has a pull out for a few years with a titanium spring indicator. Interesting. So I wonder why they announced it as a new product for this year. That is really interesting. I haven't tried it, so that's good to know. Maybe this one's a little bit different because it's retractable versus just the titanium spring indicator. Maybe that's what's new this year is the retractable nature of it. Let me know, Jonathan, if you know. Good to know. Seriously, I work all year round just to buy more ice gear and tackle. I hear you. I hear you, Michael Gates. I go to these ice shows and it's like, there's only two things that I want. And I end up walking out with a lot more than that. I also pushed back. It also pushed back into the tip. So it was retractable before. Interesting. On that topic, I think it's interesting. There's a lot of companies that seem to be doing, Rapala did this with some of their Strike Master products. They announced, Markham did this with some of their battery setup. I don't understand why companies do this. Let me explain. There are products that come out every year from these companies that are new, right? And they talk about them as new products when they come out. But then the next ice season, what happens is they announce, here's our new products for the year. And they say, here is our new product that they've already had out last year. And people were able to use. Heat Hog did it. They announced their new heaters last ice season that I had since the fall before that I bought at Menards. So it's really interesting why companies do that. I'll have to have more of these companies on the podcast. I'm trying to work with a couple right now to get them on here to talk about their new gear. And if they're one of the companies that does that, I'll ask them and try to figure it out. It could be because, there were limited inventory, limited companies that were carrying them in terms of retailers. And so now it's like their grand launch, even though they had a soft launch. I don't know, but it's a good thing that we need to try to figure out because it's kind of deceiving if they say it's new when some of us have already purchased these things before. But I know there's a lot of people that haven't seen some of these things, so it's always fun to check out. Moonshine lures are popular here in Ontario. Oh, good to know. I did not know that. Ultimate Ice Fishing Show in Toronto, Canada, November 25th and 26th. All right. I'm going to write that down. Ultimate Ice Show. All right. I will make sure to add that to the list. Thank you, Michael. Good to know. You're going to be at the Sioux Falls show Friday evening. Jory, I am planning on it. I'm planning on leaving here Friday morning. I'm in the northern Twin Cities area. I'll be down there some point on Friday. I don't know if I'll go to the show or if I'm just going to kind of settle in and get everything ready for Saturday filming. But I probably will be. If you're there, it'd be nice to run into you. Would also just recommend getting a RoboHawk for anyone afraid of dropping a phone on the ice. Yes, I have a couple of those and they're awesome. So a RoboHawk, if you guys don't know, it's like a rubber thing that wraps around your phone with a tether on it. So that way you don't drop your phone down the hole. The gentleman with the Ice Institute show invited me to bring the Ronnie Bird lure out and set up, but it was too short a notice and I didn't have the availability. Oh, dang, man. That stinks. Yeah, maybe next year for sure. I think that would be great. Yes, and the guy that runs the Dakota Angler Ice Institute is a great guy. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode. Again, this one is brought to you by the FGTN Newsletter. So please click the link down below if you're interested in checking out this news and getting it in your inbox roughly once a month, both through the ice season and the open water season, exclusive deals, updates. It's not fluffy. It's going to be to the point. You guys should get a lot of benefit out of it. But if you're looking to find out more about ice fishing gear that maybe you missed, check out these other videos that are popping up on the screen right now once I'm done talking here. And until next time, take it easy. See you out there, guys.